Hello, thank you for joining us for this conversation for Giving Every Tuesday. As you know, every Tuesday we talk about a different theme and cause area to support in the community. And today we are talking about museums. And I'm thrilled to be here today with Clay Anderson of the Sac Museum. Thanks for joining me, Nebraska's astronaut.
Hi there. Thanks for having me on.
Can you tell me a little bit about the importance of museums in our community?
I certainly can, and especially from the perspective of the Strategic Air Command and Aerospace Museum in my hometown of
Mhm.
Ashland, Nebraska. Uh, you know, our goal here is to entertain, educate, and inspire, right? We want to have people come in and be entertained. If they get entertained, they get educated for free. And if they have a good day being entertained and educated, they'll leave inspired and they'll want to come back. And I think that's the key for us, is that we want you to leave here wanting to return. The other focus that we have is it's very important in the Midwest that we have STEM education, that we have science, technology, engineering, math. Throw in arts and you can make it STEAM. I think that's important too.
Mhm.
But that concept is to expose the youth of the Midwest and Nebraska primarily, but the Midwest, to see what's possible. I mean, after all, how did I ever become an astronaut?
Mhm.
Uh, I was a small town kid from Ashland, Nebraska, who had a dream, but I was encouraged and I was prepared by the folks who raised me, by the community, by my family, uh, the educators that I had, the coaches that I had in school. And that's a very important concept. So we are venues, museums are venues where folks can come and be immersed for a short period, for a longer period, whatever they choose. They can be immersed in amazing things to see what's possible.
I love that. I love that. And people come from all over to experience what you've created. What do you most want people to know about your work at the Sac Museum?
I think, and this might be a little tough for kids to understand, but the word deterrence is important to this. So SAC Museum, SAC, Strategic Air Command, was created in order to deter the world from World War III,
Mm.
right? And I thought about that for a while, and I thought back when I was in elementary school, I was bullied all the time. And so I used a form of deterrence, although I didn't know what it was. I used a form of deterrence to protect me from those bullies, right? I hung out with the girls in my class. I tried to be the best student I could be and the best athlete I could be, thinking that the bullies would respect that and leave me alone. But those are several forms of deterrence, and deterrence is still important in the world. If you look at what's going on, you have China, you have North Korea, you have the Middle East, you have the craziness going on in Israel and around that area. All of that is scary to me, in that we still have to worry about deterring World War III. And so the more young kids can understand that concept by being presented ideas of the history of how we did it by new technology and innovation and coming up with new ideas that no one had ever thought about before, that's how you make the world a better place. And so if we can do that with young kids and instill that sense of innovation and wonder and doing incredible things, then I think we're on the right path.
You can't do this alone, and neither
No.
can any of the amazing museums across this region. How can people support your work and make SAC the place that we want it to be?
Well, it's easy by coming to the museum, right? Your attendance, your membership purchases, your purchases in the gift shop or the cafeteria, all that stuff is important to all museums, right? We have to have people come through the door. It's
Mhm.
incumbent upon me as the boss and my staff to make you want to come through the door multiple times. I'm trying really hard to get away from the single visit. Hey, I went out there 20 years ago. It was awesome. Well, how come you haven't been out since then? Right? That's incumbent upon us to create that experience so that people want to come back. We do that with new exhibits, with new traveling exhibits, with events that we host at the museum. Giving folks giving to museums is important, and you want them to want to participate, to want to donate. And they do that when they see that you're doing what they value for their families, for their kids, their grandkids, and for their community. So that's what's important.